G'day guys, and welcome to another one of my Digimon ReArise videos. Today we are doing a full gameplay showcase for MAGNAMON X, the newest X antibody Digimon released in Digimon ReArise on the JP side, of course. So as always, we're going to check out his stats and his skills, then we're going to jump in game and test him out in Clash Battle, the Underworld Dungeon, and of course PvP. Today we'll be comparing him to some of the Digimon you may see in the meta on JP at the moment. Before I get into the showcase, super interesting, the meta's changed a lot. We're seeing a lot of Volcanic Dramon, MAGNAMON and Rosemon are making a comeback. WarGreymon X is super popular, especially combined with Azulongmon, who gives him status effects increase. I can't remember exactly what that's called, but it makes his status effects more potent and apply more often as well. If you haven't already, check out my MAGNAMON X summoning video. It's absolutely fire where we pull him. Now we can test him out and do a full showcase for him. Let's start with this dude's stats. Credit to Chordos2 and Rio over on the Digimon ReArise Discord for all of these translations. Let's start with HP. As you can see, he has the second highest HP out of the current Digimon at the moment. He has 11,500 HP, which is really high. Like Alter B has quite a lot more, 2,000 more, but it's still quite a high HP stat. Around the same as Volcanic Dramon, around the same as Heavy Leomon, who are both known to be really tanky Digimon. Let's have a look at his power. Obviously, compared to the current red Digimon in the meta, it's not gonna stand up against them. But he does have a fairly good power. Like, it's not amazing. 4,500. If we compare that to Alter B, 5,300. Merciful Mode, 7,000. Okay, there's quite a large difference there. He is a yellow Digimon, therefore he's meant to be geared more towards defense, which we're gonna have a look at now. Third highest defense at the moment. He is rocking 3,999, nearly 4,000 defense. Alter B is running nearly 5,000. Alter S is running nearly 4,000 as well. Did I read his power stat or his defense stat? No, it was his defense stat. Holy crap, that's really high. Around the same as Alter S. A little bit more than Heavy Leo, so fairly good defense there, and that does get boosted by his passive, which we'll have a look at in a second. And speed, he's a yellow Digimon, he's all the way down here, he's slower than pretty much everything. I think he's got 22 speed, yeah, really slow there. Alright, now let's have a look at his kit. Main skill is 420 to 3 enemies, ignores block, 3.5 crit multiplier. Pretty stock standard skill. 3.5 is a really good crit multiplier. 3 enemies is pretty good. 420 is not a bad multiplier. It's not the highest, but it's not too bad. It's going to be doing quite a lot of damage, especially when we have a quick squiz at his passive a bit later. His sub skill is 490 to a single target, ignores block, and 50% chance to apply darkness. Not too crazy. Actually, 490 on single target isn't that good. Ignore block on both skills is pretty good though. I like that. Passive skill, X antibody, which means automatically great for the Underworld Dungeon. He protects all allies from immobilization statuses for 6 turns, which means he's not getting dispelled by any of those pesky 5-turn debuffers, which is really good. It kind of takes care of WarGreymon X, who a lot of people are pairing with Azulongmon at the moment, to get pretty much guaranteed stun on the entire team, which is good. 100% defense is good, but it's only for 1 turn, so that can easily get removed, and it doesn't last that long. Underworld Dungeon, though, that is really good. And the most interesting part, I think, of his kit, lets off deal 4 times damage to red, purple, and blue enemies and target them easier. That's all your damage dealing enemies, minus yellow and green Digimon. He's going to be doing insane. Times 4 damage and times 3.5 damage from a crit on his main shot. Paired with his target plugins of critical and HP on his defense. Once you get 2 of them, that automatically gives you 50% crit, plus whatever you put in those last 2 slots. So, interesting kit. A lot of people have been downplaying this guy a little bit. I kind of see where they're coming from. It's an interesting kit. I think it's more designed for the Underworld Dungeon. But let's test him out in all game modes and see if we can do anything elsewhere. We're going to start off with Clash Battle. I'll see you there. Alright, over at Clash Battle now against the Rasenmon GM raid. This is going to be a good raid because he is purple, so we'll be doing that bonus damage as well. I have my MAGNAMON X kitted out with his target plugins. Oh, I still need to upgrade that defense one. Oh, and the offense one a little bit too. A little bit of work to do there. We've got 80% crit and some block there. I'm running him with Beelzemon as a hard hitter, Metal Greymon Blue as a power buffer. I got my Alta B as another hard hitter, and I've got Blitz Greymon there as a power and defense support. Alright, so I'm going to buff up. Then we're just gonna go for it. So remember, he does do bonus damage against purple, red, and 1.3. That is good damage. Purple, red, and blue Digimon at 450 on his sub skill. That's actually super solid damage. Wow, these Clash Battle showcases are getting super short because all the Digimon are hitting 1 million plus. Obviously, his damage numbers won't be that high if the Clash Battle Digimon is a green or a yellow version, so keep that in mind. But definitely a solid choice. I wasn't expecting him to hit quite that hard. I'm really happy with that. Alright, now we're going to jump over into the Underworld Dungeon, which is really where he shines, and show him off there. Alright, over in the Underworld Dungeon now, I've actually gone all the way up to stage 16 so I can show this guy off against some X-Spiral antibodies. Unfortunately, my Lucemon did get taken out on the journey up. He must have got one shot by something, but it's not too important because I've got a super high critical rate anyway. So let's see what we're up against here. So we've got a Keramon Spiral to start off. Can use his sub skill, his main skill is still on cooldown. As you can see, he gets a cool little effect on it, does bonus damage, it ignores that X barrier that the Keramon is putting up as well. He does go well paired with cooldown reduction, or his friendship skill. It's the same as his main skill. Massive damage there, one-shots the whole wave. It is good to pair him with cooldown reduction because his cooldowns can be quite long even at skill level 10. Look at that, absolutely destroying the X spirals there. Oh, nice, yellow skill shard. Medium, that's alright. What I might do, I might take him into one more round. Hopefully we can get it a little bit longer so I can really see him shine. The only difficulty I've had so far with him is he does one-shot X-Spirals most of the time. Unfortunately, his main skill is only 3 targets, so is his friendship skill, so sometimes you don't take out the whole wave. If you limit break him, he'd pretty much one-shot everything. I've been getting close to one-shotting Infamon X-Spirals, but not quite there. So once I finish his plugins and limit break him past level 100, I'm sure you'll be able to one-shot those, no problemo. Also, his sub-skill being single target is slightly annoying. I wish it was at least 2 targets so I can clean up any Digimon that you haven't killed with his main skill. But overall, like, really, really good. That X antibody is going to make my farming runs so much easier. Alright, here we go. We've got a Keramon here. Let's see if we can blast it down. Easy peasy, man. Look at that. If you don't have any X Digimon and you're struggling in the later stages of the Underworld Dungeon, definitely your best option at the moment. Especially paired with Miko Mode or any cooldown reduction, as I said before. So this single skill should pop our friendship skill. There we go. See it again. Oh, we didn't take out that Rusty there. Hey Rusty, let's try and build up that friendship meter and stall this one out a little bit. Wolvermon putting in the work with that multi-hit skill. I guess that's another downside, he does not have any multi-hits, so it takes a little bit longer to build up that friendship meter, but it's no big deal. Alright, hopefully we can one-shot this wave. Let's see. Come on, big boy. Damn, son. Nice. There you go. MAGNAMON X in the Underworld Dungeon. Very, very, very solid. With those multipliers, you're going to be doing heaps of damage. X antibody makes your run so much easier. Underworld Dungeon, like, amazing. Really good. Let's head over to PvP and see if we can get him punching out some big numbers there too. See you there. Okay, over in PvP, this is the team I'm going to be running my MAGNAMON X with. I've got the MAGNAMON Ultra B there for another hard-hitting yellow Digimon. MAGNAMON X, ReArise, who I'm going to be using as my kind of like multi-hit dispeller. Got Lucamon there, who provides pretty much complete status protection combined with MAGNAMON X, and Chaos Dramon as a defensive support as well. The only thing I'm susceptible to are Blind and Skill Seal, combined with Lucamon and MAGNAMON X. If you have Volcanic Dramon, pair him with MAGNAMON X and you're immune to so much stuff, it's like amazing. Alright, let's see. Oh, we're gonna blitz this guy. Let's see how much damage we can pull off with MAGNAMON X. Holy crap! That was huge damage. That was huge damage. So obviously he targets blue, red, and purple Digimon first. That was massive damage. Can I see that again? Wow, that was a lot of damage. All right, let's try and get a more competitive PvP match, and see what he does in a more realistic scenario. That was a good damage showcase though. Holy crap, man. Oh, is this the same guy? It's almost the same team. Damage limit is stopped in there, but that was ridiculous. Alright. So as you can see, in the right situation, he's going to be doing a lot of damage. I'm going to do one more PvP match. I'm going to try and get a more realistic match, and we'll watch that. See that. Alright, here we go. Finally, this looks a little bit more competitive. So I'm going to use ReArise here to try and clear some damage limiters and everything. And now we're going to try Anvil. Let's see if we can take it this... Oh, man. Without that damage limiter, that Merciful Moba's dead. Oh, he finishes him off anyway with his sub-skill. And now we just got this tanky Seraphimon to deal with. And he's stunned, so this is another big W for us. I have been having trouble against Volcanic Dramon teams with this guy because they're so tanky and they often run lots of yellow Digimon. So you really need to, matchmaking kind of needs to be in your favor. You need to be getting lots of red, blue, or purple Digimon to make the most of it. And you need a way to clear those damage limiters. But other than that, as you can see, you can do some serious damage with this guy. My overall thoughts on MAGNAMON X, if you still haven't summoned or you're tossing up. Firstly, the banner's amazing with Chaosmon in there. There he is there. In Clash Battle, look, he's doing a lot of damage in the right situations. I'd say he's probably A+ tier in Clash Battle if you're running a power team. A++, maybe S, like borderline S tier in the right scenario. Underworld Dungeon, S+, he's amazing. If only his sub-skill was multi-target, or he had a multi-hit skill, he would be even better there. And PvP, probably A tier, maybe A+, like you really need the right scenario. That defense buffs can easily get removed from him. He can hit hard in the right scenario though, and that single target sub-skill kind of holds him back a little bit, as well as having no status except for 50% blind on a single target. Overall, a super solid Digimon. If you have no other X antibody Digimon, definitely a great choice to help you blast through the Underworld Dungeon. His model looks absolutely awesome as well. I really love what they've done with his model. Like, look at those leg muscles. They look great. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. We've got tons of videos upcoming. And I'll see you in the next Digimon ReArise video. Bye!